in this land of my ancestors. I'd like to share with you a little information that I'd like to provide to all of you, and it has to do with our connection here on earth. I am from the First Nations, the Washishu. I'm standing here with you with the sacred mountains of my ancestors behind me. This mountain behind me is called Babiba. It's a sacred mountain of the mother of this land. And for many years we've taken care of this land. We've managed it. We've listened to it. We've heard its messages. Once you learn how to listen to the things around you, the messages, listen to the plants, listen to what they have to say, the animal, even listen to your own heart. Once you're able to do this, then you're able to step into another area of being a giver. And that was the most important part of a First Nations person's life, was to be able to give to nature before you took anything, before you gathered anything. My heart is telling me that the people that came to this land, their devastation of this continent has been terrible, but there are also those people that came with them, their children, their children's children. Those are you today. Feel that you're connected to the land like we are. Your ancestry, might not be from here, but your heart and your soul is here now. We are coming across a new time in our lives where consciousness is starting to increase. People are starting to become aware. And there's a first wave of people that are coming, call them the star seeds. Those way showers that learn the practices that we have here on earth. I have been given a responsibility here in this life on being here on this earth. And for so many years, I've waited for this day, waited for this period of time to be able to do my part. Like a lot of you out there, we don't know where we fit in this life. We don't know where our part is, where our purpose is at. So it's a really hard thing to begin to be a responsible person, be a responsible caretaker, to be a responsible listener, to receive messages. And so my whole life I waited for this moment in time to be able to share this information with you. This is why I'm here. This is my job. And so as we begin to see our purpose like I see mine, I continue to feel like my growth and my understanding and my knowledge, the insights that I get, the messages that I get from the surroundings are so acute that to share that information is a really difficult thing. Because when you're living amongst the unconscious, nobody believes you. Nobody will understand you. Nobody can conceive even the things that you try to share. For over 30 years I've been just waiting for this time where I can offer my assistance to the people on earth so that they can become good practitioners and good listeners and good caretakers of the land. I was given this task because I chose it. I know there's a way to make things right. I know there's a way to turn the world that we see now right side up. It's upside down right now. And so we need to help each other to return back to that message. As I offer this information, I think back about the creation story of my people, how we were given life and how we had the responsibility to keep balance in our homeland on earth, keep balance between the water, the rock, the trees, the land, the animals, the birds, the heavens, the spirits. All these things are very important. And as our creation story had told us, before we put our footprint on this earth, we made a promise that if we were ever to leave this place, we would leave it how we found it. And as we look at it today, there's going to be a lot of work that we have to accomplish before that responsibility is fulfilled. And in history, my people have prepared for this day. In the 1600s, late 1600s to 1700s, we had a spirit man come to us and tell us a prophecy about what was going to happen to us, how our world was going to change, and how we were going to forget who we are and our responsibilities. And so this prophecy, we were told, we prepared for it in the 1700s, that we were going to put our medicine to sleep so that when this prophecy of people coming to kill our heart, take our heart away from the land, take our connection to the natural world, our responsibility, and they were going to take that away from us, we prepared for it by putting our medicine to sleep, by burying it in the ground, burying it so that nobody could find it, nobody could find us. So when people showed up in the 1800s, they did just what the prophecy said. From the 1800s to the early 1900s, a lot of devastation, a lot of really hard times that the people had to face. But when these people came here and they felt as though they've taken the heart away from the people and there were none left, then that was the time that we, back in the 1700s, chose to return. Chose to return and bring back the heart of human beings' responsibility. And it's just not the Native American or the First Nations people of this continent. It's for all of us throughout the whole world. A lot of cultures have been away from their way a lot longer than we have, so it's a lot harder for them to conceive how simple it is to go back to a simpler way. But that's why I'm here, to return back a way of life that my people had before anybody had came to our land. And spiritually, nothing has changed. Spirits are still here, the land's still here, the animal, the life. So the only thing missing is the human being's practice, their ability to conceive how much power we have within ourselves to really make really positive changes in the lives that we live, where we live. And these lessons or these tasks or these abilities, gifts we have to learn to use them again. This modern world has taken us away from that, distracted us. But that's okay, because time will help us to return. Just as we, the Tumusha, the Washo, have returned to our people to give back what is important for the families to remember, so that the children can continue to make sense of the things that they have to face every day. Keep the adults participating in the lives from the old to the young, helping us to be good guides. And the elders to be as useful as they were in the past, their knowledge and their expressions of their experiences in life are the hopes and dreams of the next generation. This history that we talk about, I tried to take it away, but we've returned. I've returned. There are others like me, but in this world today there's not a lot of courage, so people don't stand up because it's a hard thing to do. When you look around and almost everybody forgot about the natural world, the natural way of life, and they all look at the modern society as developing themselves into a better world, better race, when it's not. Just making things easier for us, but it's making us lazy. Being here for you, for all of you. I'm available to show you your heart, to be able to help you take the heaviness away from your heart so you can feel your heart, to help you to connect back to what a lot of you already connected to. You're just not accepting how easy it is to return. You just have to choose it. You just have to choose abilities that you have and use them. Each one of us has been given gifts. Everybody's been given messages. Everybody's been given the tools to help this world to heal. We just have to use it. But to use your heart, grasp a hold of those messages that are given to us by nature itself, by the very gift that we were given when we were given life here on earth, to communicate to the natural world.